Hello, hello, hello. I want to welcome you to today's live stream, and I'm excited about today's topic. We're going to be talking about how to build a list of buyers instead of a list of freebie seekers. Now, I'm not negating the need for freebies, but if I had my preference, and I bet if you had your preference, you would rather have a list of buyers versus a list of freebie seekers, or a bunch of people who signed up and said, hey, I want your freebie. And the reason that a list of buyers is way more valuable to you than a list of freebie seekers is the fact that they've spent their first dollar with you. When someone has spent their first dollar with you, that's the hardest dollar to get, honestly. And they're way more likely, like, especially if you deliver on whatever they purchased from you the first time, they're way more likely to purchase from you again, which gives you another way to generate revenue consistently. The lifetime value of a customer is way greater than the lifetime value of a freebie seeker. So everybody agree with that? So as you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you? I see we have Marie here. Hello, Marie. Joyce, welcome. Ashley, so glad to see you guys. Patrick, hey, Patrick, glad you're here. As you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where are you? And where are you in your business right now? Like, are you struggling? There's so many business owners struggling right now. And that's why I've pivoted my own business to accommodate for that. And I'd like to share some of that journey with you guys so that you can also pivot. So we have Jenny. Hey, Jenny. We have Melanie from Los Angeles. Richard, hey Richard, good to see you. Lynn, Broad Run. I know where that is. I'm originally from Virginia. I'm in Tampa, Florida. If you are brand new and have never been on one of my live streams before, drop in new. I would love to say hey and just acknowledge the fact that we maybe not know each other yet, but I love meeting new people. I'm always excited when you guys show up for my lives, and I have a chance to share and get to know you. If you don't know me and you are brand new, my name is Kim Garst. I'm an online business strategist. I've been around a long time. I've owned and operated a business online for 28 years. So I'm an oldie, but I like to say a goodie. I've built seven-figure businesses over the span of those 28 years. So I know a thing or two, and I love sharing my knowledge. So we have Pittsburgh, Wisconsin. Hey, Angela, good to see you. Hey, Shirley, yay. And we have Melanie, who is new, Marie, who is new, yay. So glad to see you guys. Excellent. So glad you guys are here. And we have, let's see, Lynn is new. Yay. Good to see you guys. Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Glad to see you. San Diego in the house. Okay. So again, going back to the fact that I've owned an online business for 28 years, I have seen a lot of evolution in the online space, and I've had to pivot many, many times in my business. In fact, I tell people quite frequently that I feel like sometimes I pivot daily. Sometimes, most of the time, those pivots are small things. But what is going on in the world right now is forcing a lot of business owners to evaluate their businesses and figure out what they're going to do. In fact, I would love to hear from you guys if you are some of what I'm getting ready to share with you. If you're a service-based entrepreneur who, when all of this happened, you lost clients. I am that person. So I have a small boutique agency, marketing agency, that I really don't advertise. It's word of mouth, but many of my clients put their contracts on hold. They're like, whoa, we're scared right now. We're afraid to spend money. And, all that money kind of walked out the door, in that moment. And I know so many who are exactly in that boat where, they're service-based entrepreneurs. A lot of their clients put a hold on their contracts, and all of a sudden they had no revenue coming in the door. Or, maybe you want some other income streams, but you just don't know how to go about getting them, right? Or maybe you've developed things, you've created things, and you put it out there and nobody buys. It's like crickets. So there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. And my hope is what I share with you today will help you to pivot your thinking. Because it is a mindset thing, a total mindset thing first, because it's going from a traditional model to asking directly for the sale. So let me explain the evolution and where I think we are today and what the opportunity that we have today is. Okay. So back in the day, like early days of the internet, you could put up a website and sell a widget, and it was easy. Nobody, everybody's like, oh yeah, let me buy this widget and it was basically traffic driven by the search engines at that time, because there was no social media. And so that evolution has just continued to evolve, obviously, and there's been other types of things that have happened, different traffic sources, et cetera, different ways of getting people to our offers. But it's traditionally, as it has evolved, it has gotten harder and harder. And the reality of it is it's a simple thing to generate money online today. You only need two things. You need an offer, something that that they absolutely want, that is going to solve a pain point for them. And then you need to put that offer in front of the right people. So a traffic source. And yet a lot of people are totally struggling with that. Like, what's an offer? Like, you just think that your product or service is an offer, and it's not. An offer needs to be totally irresistible to someone. So ladies, I'll put this out there from the perspective of the ladies. If you go into a store and let me use an online example. If you go to Nordstrom and you see a dress you want and it's $120 and you're like, man, I really want that dress, and then you go to a competitor like another department store like Macy's, for example, and they have that same dress, but it's 20% off and you get free shipping. Where are you going to buy the dress? You're going to buy the dress from Macy's because it's 20% off and they've got free shipping. So that is why an offer and making it irresistible to your buyer is so important. But again, going back to the evolution of how we have traditionally got people into our sales funnel, because that's the reality of it, is when people are buying today, let me back up. People who are not struggling today, in today's economy, people that are not struggling, guess who they are? They're people who have a sales funnel. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, I don't have a sales funnel. Or, oh my gosh, I tried a sales funnel and it didn't work. Or in fact, I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you have a sales funnel? And is it working for you? So a traditional sales funnel has been something that looks like something that's free. So you say, hey, I've got this free offer. It's going to solve this problem for you. And people say, hey, yeah, I'm going to trade my email address for that freebie. And then the next, and you've been there, you've done it probably. You've traded your email address for something you think is great. You want it, and you give your email address, and then they immediately upsell you into something else. How many of you guys have had that happen? Where you put in your email address and you get the freebie, and then immediately you get sold into something else. I'm just curious. So Nina is saying, no, don't know how to create a funnel. That's okay, Nina. Hang in there. I'm going to talk about some of these components today. And then Meg says, yes, but it's not working as well as it used to. And then Joy says, I need a sales funnel idea. Good, good. And then Edward says, all the time. Yes. So I'm here to share that I think the freebie model, and I'm not saying ditch your freebies. I'm not, because there is still value in building your list. But I think that a lot of us are totally over the freebie. And I'd love your take on it too. Like I I almost never give my email address anymore for something that's free, because I don't think the value is going to be deep enough for that in that one freebie for them to solve my problem. And so I would much rather spend just a little bit of money and actually get something that I feel is going to solve my problem, or it's going to save me time, or is going to shorten my learning curve. So that is why what I'm getting ready to share with you is absolutely working right now, and it's negating the free offer. And I bet you, if you go through your Facebook feed right now, you'll see what I'm getting ready to tell you. Most people now, or a lot of people, not most people, actually not most people, but there are some who have totally embraced this model where they're no longer leading with the free. They're saying, okay, I'm going to just develop an irresistible offer, and I'm going to ask for the money straight up. So you'll see them in your feed: $27, $37, $47. An entry level, or I would call it more of an introductory offer. It's to get people to spend that first dollar with you. And I would rather have 50 people who spend, $27 with me versus 200 people who just sign up for a freebie. Why? Because I can turn those 50 people into, I can 50x my revenue off of 50 buyers versus 200 freebie seekers. So I'm just saying that, but enter the problem. Enter the problem. It's hard. It's hard to put the pieces of a sales funnel together. So you have to start at a baseline. You have to start at an introductory offer. You have to figure out what can you put in front of your prospective buyer that is a irresistible offer that they're going to say, yeah, I'll buy that for $27. That's where you have to start. If you don't start there, and you just because the reality is this: when you have something that is $500 or $1,000, and somebody doesn't know you, doesn't have a know, like, and trust factor with you yet, are they going to spend $500 with you, or $1,000 or $2,000 with you? Or would they be more likely just to see if you know what you're talking about at a $27 price point or a $37 price point? So now some people will say, well, in fact, I see Jason says, or Jenny says, value my time with serious buyers. And so one thing that I hear a lot is people are saying, well, I don't want the low cost people who are willing to spend money. Well, honestly, in my opinion, if you don't get people to spend a little bit of money with you, it's going to be very hard to get them to spend a lot of money with you. So again, it's all about setting the stage. And I think it's even bigger than that, because an entry level offer is the beginning of a sales funnel. So if you can put together a irresistible offer, an introductory offer, whatever you want to call it. Some people call them tripwires, going back to digital marketing terminology, where they're, again, a low cost offer, something that's normally less than $50. And then you put it, it solves a problem. It shortens a learning curve. It saves people time. It provides a transformation. You are absolutely going to get buyers instead of freebie seekers. How many of you guys would rather have some buyers than some freebie seekers? All right, I'm just seeing, I'm getting some feedback here. Yes, so here Melanie is buying right into this. My premise is that we're over the freebie stuff. We want the meat. We want to, we want to get the good stuff, and we're willing to pay, at least at a baseline, at least to see if somebody knows what they're talking about or can help solve our problem. So most are saying yes, they want buyers. Yes to the buyers, right? So Cynthia says, I own a travel agency, so this is a little difficult. What do you suggest? I think that you can still do an irresistible offer, Cynthia. Does this work for physical product? Absolutely. So let me give y'all another example. I'm really dating myself now. How many of you guys remember the CD club, or even before that, the 8-track club, where you would get like 9 CDs for a penny? How many of you guys remember that? That's an irresistible offer. That was a physical product. I'll give you another example. Let's say you are in the weight loss industry and you have a weight loss product, a weight loss supplement, and somebody is selling that same weight loss product supplement on Amazon for $19.97, but you want to charge $59.97. Well, if you're going to, how do you compete with that? One, they're on Amazon for $19.97 and they have a traffic source, Amazon. So the way you compete is to augment that, to surround that offer. Flesh that offer out. You might have a weight loss calculator. You might have an ebook that gives them tips and tricks. You might have some recipes that go with it. You make that so irresistible. It goes back to the dress scenario, right? Where I was talking about, if you're going to buy the same dress, are you going to go for the 20% off and the free shipping? Of course you are. So you make the offer so irresistible by surrounding it with value. So not 8-track, but yeah, to the CD club. Yeah, well, I go back a little bit. Like I told you guys, like I've owned an online business for 28 years. So it's been a minute or two. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's just gone by like that. But so here, so Russell is saying, I think I'm still enrolled in my original book of the month club, right? So that is an irresistible offer. All of us, every business owner out there, I don't care what product or service that you have, can build an irresistible offer. Something that is low cost. You just have to figure out what it looks like for you and how you get them to spend that first dollar with you. Which is one of the reasons that when all this happened, and so many in my community, so many of you guys that have joined me today need a entry-level offer. And that was one of the struggles that I saw. Was I had friends, I have personal friends in the space who are service providers, social media managers, as a quick example. And they went from having a 6-figure business to no revenue overnight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I help them? How can I help people that are struggling right now, whether it is from the circumstances that we're in, or just from the standpoint of somebody that's starting that doesn't have this knowledge yet. And it starts with the components of the beginning of your funnel, which is that introductory offer. And you have to present your package. You have to package it up and put a bow on it. But the thing about it is that you can make an offer that is irresistible to your customer, to your prospective customer. And through that journey, you have the opportunity to sell other things to them. Now, when I started down this road, I decided to do something called a PDF to Profit. And it's a course that I'm delivering down and dirty. And we did it. We've already done it one time and it was so successful. We're getting ready to release it again. And the reason that I put that together again was I wanted to share the knowledge that I have to help people to create that irresistible offer. What does that look like? And most of the time when people teach this, one, I've never taught it. I've just never shared this knowledge before. I've been doing this for years. I've been doing low-cost offers for years. But I was like, how do I start sharing this knowledge? So I put this basically course together, the concept of it together. We've been delivering the content inside of a Facebook group. It's been very hands-on. I'm giving a lot of feedback in there, reviewing people's offers, etc. And it has been hugely successful. So if you guys want to know how to create your own offer for you and your business so that you can lean in, instead of, shrinking back right now, thinking that people are not spending money, or if you need a revenue stream that you don't currently have, then this is a a wonderful opportunity to get the very first piece of your funnel built, which is an irresistible offer. Like I say, if it is something you would be interested in learning how to do, check out my kimgarst.com/join PDF to profit. We're going to get started tomorrow. You'll get all the details if you go there. But at the end of the day, my hope was that I can shift your mindset from, hey, I just need a bunch of freebies on my list because people have told me that all the money is in the list, to being more intentional with your list building and really building a list of buyers, because that is going to has the potential to 50 times your business. I'm not even 10 times your business, but 50 times your bottom line. I'm telling you guys, because once you get a buyer, they're probably anywhere from 60 to 80% more likely to purchase from you again, versus somebody that's just a total freebie seeker. So I'm just saying, this is from experience, 28 years of it, guys. Oh, you're right. It does start Thursday. Kim, I am so sorry. Thursday, we start on Thursday. My days are all mixed up. Are you guys like feeling it like you don't know what day it is most days? You know, we're all at home and I'm like, okay, is today Saturday? It doesn't feel like Saturday. And so I'm all messed up. Yep, my days are all mixed up. Christina, you had asked, how can I get feedback on something I'm doing? We actually do that inside the course. We give feedback. I review everything. So if anybody needs personalized feedback, it's huge. This is why I'm learning. I'm loving this format of delivering the training inside of a Facebook group, because I can really connect and I can give feedback versus, hey, here's a login to a course and, y'all go figure it out yourself. Even though the training is there, that personalized feedback, in my opinion, is invaluable. And that's what I'm seeing with my previous students, is that hands-on, hey, Kim, what do you think about this? Has really made such a big difference. And I've gone from having a few people get results with a traditional style course to almost everybody getting to the finish line. And just for me, from an education and sharing my knowledge standpoint, that is like intoxicating. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm loving this. I'm actually seeing people get their transformation, which is, again, if any of you guys are teachers or trainers, you know how that feels. It is. I tell you, Edward, it is so great. We've been having so much success with the students. And like I say, I am so committed to changing the course of as many business owners as I can, because the beautiful part about it when you have a sales funnel, guys, is that as long as you send traffic to your funnel, to your offer, and start getting your buyers built out, you will always have revenue coming in the door. You just have to put the right things in front of your buyers. So getting people to spend that first dollar with you is so important, and being able to put together the first piece of it, because if you try to do it all at one time, it's overwhelming. And the reality is most quit. I have been in, multiple course creation courses over the years, and done so much funnel building, and gone through the process. And it's hard to do to do it all at one time. But if you can start to build out the components of your funnel by creating, again, the first piece of it, which is your irresistible offer, like something as simple as packaging up something into a PDF and selling it for a low cost price point. That's the first piece. Hey, Risa. So I missed the first 15. Go back and listen in, definitely. You can absolutely run Facebook ads. You don't necessarily have to. If you have other traffic sources, you can use those. Let's see. So we have, Oh, sorry. So Eileen says, so is the offer set total? No, it is total. That is, I am literally rock bottom pricing this course because I want to get people in the money, creating their irresistible offer so they can start generating revenue. So it's a one-time payment of $77, guys. And it's, like I said, we're doing this down and dirty, messy, if you will, which hint, hint, you guys can do too. We are delivering the content in a Facebook group. My team and I are in there for basically the training goes on for 7 days, but we're in there for a period of about 2 weeks just to make sure that you guys get what you need, get the feedback, have time to do the work and that kind of thing. Awesome. You're so welcome, Alex. So welcome. Well, let me see if I've missed any other questions. And if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in, especially if I didn't see them as I was going. I'm so passionate about this. I get to talking and my hands get to flying, and then I miss things sometimes. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Christina, reach out privately for probably what we could do is set up a call, something customized for you. Just send me a message here on Facebook, and we'll see what we can do. And Kathy, we do at 11. Goodness, brain's operating faster than my mouth. We start at on Thursday at 11 a.m. That said, if you can't make the time, everything is recorded. You can always circle back to it later in the day or even the next day. So all the content, all the deliverables, all the checklists, all the worksheets, everything is organized inside of the group, inside of the units, if you guys are familiar with Facebook and the units feature. And then you'll always have access to the content. After we're through, we put that content into a login area where you guys have access to it forever. So you'll have a login and be able to access it again, like I say, forever. Yes, Edward. Good. I'm glad you get the whole flying hands thing. So Russell says, what if I have a 0 email list? Well, now's the time to fix that, Russell. That's what I'm saying. This is an opportunity to start building not just a list of freebie people, people who say, hey, yeah, I want your freebie, because everybody wants something for free. But when you get somebody to commit to spending the first dollar with you, you have a much more valuable resource at your fingertips than, people who are just, hey, I just want something for free. Okay, so sorry, Brenda, I missed you earlier. She said, if your service is a high-end empowerment coaching service, you still have to build towards that, Brenda. So if you can put together a low-cost offer, and then you build that relationship out, you start building the relationship, and then you sell them into your higher ticket offers. But normally in an ascension model, you have everything from free to introductory or I call them low cost offers, to your core offer, which is a little bit more expensive, and then you have your premium signature offers, and it's usually a journey. Sometimes people will lead with the free, they'll get the low cost, and then they'll come through your funnel, your customer journey funnel. But I'm saying that I think you can skip the freebie. I think people are over it. I think they will spend money on the low cost ticket things. I know they will, because I'm doing it, and not lead off with the freebie. Awesome. Oh, yay. I'm so glad to hear this, Elaine. I am looking forward to working with you again. So Cynthia, it could be anything. So just as a travel advisor, for example, it might be, pulling out something, if you're selling a package or wanting to sell a package that is in Greece, for example. Then what could you put together? Like you could put together a whole travel package for that is an entry level thing, like low cost travel ideas for Greece or for whatever the location is. Maybe there is a travel itinerary, or I mean, you usually give travel itineraries, but maybe the travel itinerary is not a good example. But you could do resources that would help them if you wanted to sell into that. So people that would be interested in a vacation in Greece that need to know, like they're trying to educate themselves, right? So if you could put together an offer that would solve that problem, shorten their learning curve, have all of the components in one place for them. Why do people buy stuff? Let's talk about that real quick. People buy things, knowledge, so they don't have to hunt and peck for it. There is nothing new under the sun, people. Everything I'm telling you right now, you could go watch YouTube videos until your eyes bled. You could, Google it. You could, all of those components. Everybody's got an opinion, right? And then you just have to synthesize that information and figure out if that's the way you want to go. So the reason people buy from you is it solves a problem for them. If you can present a solution to a problem that leads them to a sale, of an entry-level sale, and then leads them into a more full blown, fleshed out offer, like in your case, maybe a trip to Greece. Right. But it's all about the packaging on the front side. And we could brainstorm that a little bit more. Well, you have to come up with your ideas. I just hope you flesh them out, because sometimes you don't see things like, you're so wrapped up in, it starts with you because you know the transformation, the problem that you solve for your customer. If you don't know that, then you've got a bigger problem. So if you're looking at it from the basis of, okay, this is what I do for my person, then how do I come up with an offer for that? As long as you know your transformation and the transformation you're seeking, then anybody can come up with an offer around what they do and what they sell. All right. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. I'm glad you're going to join us, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can create. All right. Well, like I say, guys, I just wanted to share paint the picture, shift your mindset a little bit, invite you to join us if you want to learn how to create not just necessarily your first offer, although for some it may be your first offer, but even your next highly profitable entry level offer, the first step of your funnel. Then join us at kimgarst.com/join PDF to Profit, where our first class will be Thursday at 11 a.m. And if you're still not sure, don't feel bad at all. Join me tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'm going to show you guys 5 examples of entry-level offers, mini offers, as I call them, irresistible offers, whatever you want to call them. And maybe it'll entice you and give you some vision into building your own mini offer. All right. Well, I thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. If any of you guys have questions, don't hesitate just to shoot them to us. Those of you who are on Facebook, just, there's a little button up at the top. Send us a message. If you're on LinkedIn, same. And Periscope, you'll probably have to come to Facebook. LinkedIn, YouTube, just drop them in the comments, and I'll be checking it out and making sure we respond to everything today, guys. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to take a look at some offers and what makes them irresistible. All right. All right. Have a great one, guys. Take care.